Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, my name's Emily White.
And I'm Cheyenne Freeman.
We just got finished with a Bible school with an organization called Teen Missions International.
Teen Missions is an interdenominational missions organization that's based in Merritt Island, Florida. 2-year Bible school called Florida Free BMW Missionary and Work Training Center. And it's a free program so that high school graduates can go to Bible school and go straight into the mission field without any debt.
So, a history of how I came to Teen Missions is my dad went on teams growing up, and so did some of his siblings. So when my parents got married, my dad asked my sister and I both if we both wanted to go on teams, and of course we said yes. So I came on my first team when I was 11 years old, and I went to Germany. And then my second team, I was 13 years old, and I went to Madagascar. After that, I kind of just said, okay, I'm done with Teen Missions. I don't really want to go back again. And then I just kept going on with my life. So I kind of forgot about Teen Missions. After high school, well, I guess during high school, I was really rebellious and I guess kind of just fell away from the Lord. And went to college. I went to college specifically so I could get away from my family and just live for myself. And so I went to college and I got into a lot of bad things, and I literally turned into the person that I said I would never become. I started drinking, I started doing other things I shouldn't be doing, drugs, all that kind of thing, and I fired from my job. I was just doing all these things that I shouldn't be doing, and I had the mentality of I can just become saved when I'm like 30 years old. And I was thinking after I moved back home from college, I was like, okay, if I'm going to be a world changer someday, I need to do something about it. So I was like thinking about all these things in my head. I was thinking maybe youth ministry, or I was thinking, well, if I'm going to be doing, if I'm going to be changing the world, I need to be doing more than just youth. So then I'm thinking, well, maybe I can just move somewhere and get involved in a really good church and just do outreach and stuff. And then my mom said, well, what about Teen Missions? And I'm like, what? I completely forgot that Teen Missions was even a thing. And they had a school here, the Bible Missionary Work Training Center, and the only qualification is you had to have gone on one of their missions trips, and it's free. And I'm like, okay, cool, Florida sounds awesome. I have absolutely no idea anything about this other than I'm gonna learn about God and I'm gonna deepen my relationship with Him because I really need that. I need to be in a personal relationship with God. So I came to BMW and it rocked my world. I'm not saying it was easy because it definitely was not easy at all whatsoever. I guess before I came to Teen Missions, I always looked at Christianity as a bunch of do this, don't do that. And I never was able to experience what it was like to have a personal relationship with Jesus. So it's been really awesome being here because now I can experience God in a completely different way in so many different types of circumstances. I'm surrounded by fellow believers, people who can encourage me and who I can get guidance and wisdom from. And we have classes who I'm able to learn more about God that way. So yeah, it's been a really exciting ride, and that's, I guess, a short story of how I came to Teen Missions.
So how my family got involved with Teen Missions, my grandma led a team in the 70s, and my dad went on 4 teams, I don't know, when he was in high school in the 80s. And so I just remember my two older sisters going on teams when they were 11 and 12. And then it was my turn, and I was 12 years old, and I wanted to go on my first team to Australia. And my mom was like, no, that's too far. And so I ended up going to France, and that was 2007. And then God really just showed me how much I have a heart for people and how much I really can have the ability to love people. And I just really fell in love with my teammates. And it was really hard for me coming home from that trip, and I was depressed for a while. And I was like, God, why would you put these people in my life just to rip them out, and we're never going to be a team again until we get to heaven? And that didn't really comfort me then, because I just wanted to be with them right now, all the time. And so I went on a team again the next summer, 2008, to Nicaragua. And that was the first time I was really exposed to poverty and just third world living. And that just really hit me. And it just fed my desire for missions, I guess. And I didn't go on another team until 2010. So my family moved across the country from California to Pennsylvania in 2009, And I had gone to Christian school my whole life and been in church and everything. And I just remember sitting in chapel one day as a freshman in high school, and we had a guest speaker who was a missionary pilot to South America. And I was like, wow, like that's his life, and like he does that. I just go to school and come home. Like that's what I do. Like I want an adventure. And God just like really whispered to my heart that day. And I just felt like he was saying, like, this is what I have for you. And I just had the feeling like I can't do anything else with my life other than missions. Like, I just can't. And so I feel like that was really the moment where God was really speaking to me, really started speaking to me about a life in missions. And so that was when I was a freshman in high school. And then 2010, when I was a sophomore, I went to Bulgaria on another team. And that summer really wrecked me. We just really bonded with the people there, and we had such a good team, and God was just there, and he really broke through cultural and language barriers and just really bonded our team with the people there. And coming home from that trip was like the most emotional pain that I've ever been through up until that point. Yeah, God was just really showing me with each trip how much I was made for missions, and that he was preparing me for a life in missions. Throughout high school, I was kind of thinking, I don't really know what I wanted to do with my life, even though missions was kind of always there. I was like, I don't know. And then senior year, didn't really have a plan. I went to prom instead of taking the SAT. I just wasn't really motivated. And that summer after I graduated, I volunteered with Teen Missions for 3 weeks, and I came down here, and I had heard about the BMW. My sister Deborah had gone to BMW while I was a senior in high school. She was down here for that year, and so I was like, I don't really want to like follow my sister, you know, do what she does, whatever. Like I want to kind of live my own life, have my own story, and make sure that it's what God wants and not just what my family wants or what I want or whatever. And so I was kind of hesitant to think about BMW and everything. And so when I was down here volunteering for those 3 weeks in the summer, I just kind of prayed about it, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling it, and I just came home a little discouraged and not motivated. And I just kind of wanted to do what I wanted to do. And so it came like August, and turns out my mom, she sent in an application for me to BMW. And it's funny because I look at my phone now and it's like all her handwriting. I'm pretty sure she forged my signature. But my dad sat me down and had a really hard conversation with me. It was hard for me to hear. And I just remember we were talking in the living room for probably 4 hours. And he just asked me what my dreams are. Like, what do I really want to do? What are my dreams with my life? And I said, I don't know. I've kind of always just wanted to like build an orphanage in Africa or something. I have no idea how I would do that, but that was just kind of always in the back of my mind. And he was like, why would you do anything else other than go to a missions organization with a free school where you could actually take the steps to do that, to accomplish that dream? And I was like, you're right. Darn. So yeah, that's kind of what, I really believe God used my dad to speak to me and to get me to get down here and go to BMW. And so that's kind of my story of how I came to BMW. And now that I've finished the 2 years down here, I couldn't have done anything better with my life. God just really broke down all the walls that I had in my heart, and just the bitterness that I didn't even realize was there. He just brought those things up, and I had to face them head on, and he just really helped me work through that and helped me become more like Jesus in those ways. So yeah, praise the Lord.
So we wanted to tell you guys a little bit about who we are individually. If you follow us on this year-long journey with Jesus that we're going on to Africa, you can just follow, and I'm sure that we'll be saying more things about our lives.
So subscribe to our channel and tell your friends and share and all that good stuff.
Yeah, also on social media, whenever we post something, we'll be doing the hashtag Malawi without a doubty. So yeah, you guys can click on that and see things that we post. But yeah, so we'll be posting more videos. of life and what it's going to be like. And our next video is going to be more about what, like, the things that we're actually going to be doing while we're in Africa, because we're leaving February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, which is super exciting.
Massive date with Jesus.
Yeah! Can't wait. Okay, so thanks.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye!